Rewatchers Council is back live on a Thursday post, that certain soccer tournament that was going on. Can you even
Yep,
say
yep.
it? I guess we could say the name. It's not like they're going to go after us.
No,
You
yeah, the
know,
FIFA World Cup. Yeah, I think we're.
yeah.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Starring all your favorites from the FIFA world.
Yes.
Uh, you know, Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's friggin' favorite. Argentina. So gross. Infantino. What a guy.
Ugh.
What a guy. So, no, there's no corruption there. You know
No.
what else? There's no corruption right here, pal, on the good old Rewatchers Council. Stark here. And if his voice seems a little deeper to you for this episode, there's a good reason for it. Ferris Muthana is here. Ferris, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good, Rob. I appreciate you. Can't wait. Can't wait to be here.
Sure. Well, you are here. Wait no longer, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on. We're going to talk about life cereal, not the delicious breakfast treat. Ferris, have you ever had life cereal?
I didn't know that was a cereal.
Well, boy, oh boy. Okay, so back in the 70s and 80s, when commercials meant something because you really had to get up across the room to change the channel
Mm-hmm.
in those days, so you had to watch basically everything they threw out at you. So they used to have like taglines for products, used to be a big thing. There was "Where's the beef?" I'm sure you heard of that. It was from
Beef.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
There's some that weren't so great, like ancient Chinese secret and stuff like that. This is back in the 70s when we first smart. There was a cereal called Life Cereal, and it's just a toasted corn cereal. Now, it has a couple of kids around the breakfast table saying, "What is this? Life cereal? Can't
So
be
it's
any
just
good."
corn.
Yeah, the corn kind of done in a shape. I think it's corn and wheat. However, they did cereals back in the day,
Wait,
slowly but surely.
there was a cereal I ate a couple of times as a kid.
Hmm.
What was it called? Pops.
Oh, corn pops?
Corn pops. Yeah. Similar? No.
Nowhere close.
No.
Nope.
Okay, gotcha. Want to make
No,
sure.
corn pops are also kind of delicious. Life cereal, as much as it's made with all these things, probably not great. You had to add a ton of sugar to it to eat it when you're a kid. Now, the
Mhm.
big thing about life cereal, yes, they had these kids. They're going at it. They're eating this. They're like, I'm not sure if we should eat this. And then they have the kid that says, let's give it to Mikey. Mikey eats anything. So they pass the bowl over, and Mikey starts eating it. And he's like, he likes it. Mikey likes it. So yeah, the whole Life cereal is famous for Mikey liking
Oh,
it.
I've seen the brand.
There you go.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've never eaten that cereal. No,
It is
this,
very 70s, 80s for
yeah,
sure.
the cereals I ate were Reese's Puffs and Frosted Flakes,
Oh my God,
and
your
the occasional Captain Crunch.
your dentist's best friend. Let me tell
Yeah,
you what.
my dentist did not like me for many years. And then
Sure,
funny enough,
he
Rob.
said. So he says. His
Yes,
bank account said.
Ben, I loved it.
I appreciate that Muthana kid.
Um, I cut out cereal altogether. Like I haven't had cereal in years.
Sure.
And I went back to the dentist for the first time in like 2 years
Hmm.
because I finally got insurance, because America. Um, uh, my dentist looked at me and said, "You have no cavities." I'm like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Nope, no cavities whatsoever. You're good. You have zero new cavities, zero." And I'm like, "Yes."
What a bragger. To be fair, in my life, and still fingers crossed about this, I've never had a toothache. I've done pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
And I ate life cereal. So maybe that was the whole thing. You should have
yeah, yeah.
maybe lay off your second helping of Reese's peanut butter puffs or whatever it is that you were eating. Have yourself a bowl of life.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, I tell you what, you've been stalling long enough. It's time to get into Life Cereal, SER, like serial killers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Original air date for this one, October 23rd of the good year 2001. Written by David Fury and Jane Espenson. They also co-wrote Doomed together way back in the day. That was the follow-up to Hush, if you remember. David Fury, I believe that his wedding was that weekend, so he needed some people to help finish off his script. So that was it. Directed by Nick Mark. The last episode he directed was Checkpoint. That's the one, of course, where the Watchers Council's in town. They find out Glory is a god. Now,
Hmm.
you'll remember very dramatically at the very end. Now, your number one movie at this time, time of October 23rd, 2001, From Hell. From Hell was the number one movie. You don't remember this.
No.
Hell was directed by the Hughes brothers, starring Johnny Depp, and it was about Jack the Ripper. And I believe it's also from an Alan Moore graphic novel, the guy who did Watchmen and stuff like that.
Oh, I actually have the Watchmen graphic novel right behind me.
Well, you should go get From Hell, because it's again another have a British thing with Alan Moore. Fantastic! It's fantastic.
I bought Watchmen twice because I thought I lost the first one, and then I found it, so I have two Watchmens.
My brother-in-law borrowed my Watchmen copy, and he has never returned it. That has been
That happened to me too, but with a video game.
Years.
With a video game,
video game / DVD.
No, I let a cousin borrow my Sonic video game, and he never gave it back. And then, like, finally, I said, "Where's my game?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know where that is, dog." I was like, "That's why I never give. That's why I never give anything to my relatives anymore. Never."
No, it's smart. It's smart.
Especially cousins.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Watchmen, because Watchmen, I remember getting a DVD that was also a game for like the PS2 or PS3 or whatever it was back then. I never played the game. I have no idea if it's any good or not. But you know what? More than this, on our Watchmen, the Rewatchmen Council coming soon to this very channel. All right, the number one song, you're gonna like this one. You're United States of America. I'm Real. It's J Lo and Ja Rule.
I know that song. It's a good song. I remember J Lo's "I'm a Gangster" phase. Shout out to her. Murder.
Yeah, well, yeah, that wasn't her, but yes, it would have been funny if that was her and not Ja Rule. Now, the number one song in the UK, Chain Reaction, "One for Sorrow" by Steps. He just couldn't shake out that poppy British boy / girl band stuff yet. Number one song in Canada, bad song called Completely, but, coincidentally, by a band called Cereal Joe. And not breakfast cereal either. Cereal spent like this one. Like the Cereal Killer Joe. There you go. DVD summary. It's a case of bad timing as Buffy goes out searching for a job, which isn't really true, just as Andrew, Jonathan, and Warren decide to test her in search of weakness they can exploit. Ferris, let's get some thoughts, maybe some questions about Life Serial here. Of course, it has Buffy here, still, of course, dragging her feet about life plans. She's only been alive again, you're assuming, for just over a month. But this is the the fifth episode of the season. See, also, the trio has now, after they've successfully robbed the bank, they now have a mobile command unit, which is pretty impressive for a bunch of guys that don't have a job. Nobody ever questions it. Now, this Star Wars mural these days, I think people could get away with a lot more than back then. And if you ever had a Star Wars thing back in 2001, when the sequels had just started coming out or whatever, or the prequels, I guess that's what they're called. So maybe it was a little bit, maybe not quite as nerdy, but they make these guys out to be the biggest geeks. And these days or whatever, you hear people talk about this very fine. It's like the whatever vent port was over top of this other thing. They all know that one. Yes, and I'm sure. And then Andrew going on about the Return of the Jedi thing, which is right, because that Death Star was the unfinished Death Star from Return of the Jedi. Warren was right. Or Andrew was right. Go ahead.
I hate this episode.
You're not a big fan.
Not a big fan. I hate them. I hate these three dudes. I hate them so much. I like the concept of the way they were doing the episode of like the going the fast forwarding time, the
See,
mummy, and yeah, it's just like I don't know, man. I was watching this episode. I'm just like I don't like this episode.
yeah. Uh,
Do you like this episode?
I think this episode is fine. It's
Okay.
not. It's not. It's not one. I go, oh, what a classic life serial. I don't know why these guys would want to. I think there's some things that just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Which of course we're going to get into, including the first one, which is Warren's little trial he has for her, where he's made some kind of little studded robotic thing or whatever. He's placed on Buffy's sweater here, and it keeps making her zip in and out of time. I don't understand a how she's the only one stepping out of time, and sometimes she's only doing like 15 minutes. Well, how has Tara and all these other people just kind of left her there, left her
Also,
on her
too,
own devices when they could have to know that something's going on with Buffy?
Rob, the three jabroni nerds,
Sure.
like like one of them just he was like the superstar, and then they're like, hey, we caught you doing that, stop doing that, you shouldn't do that, and then he like started to create a vendetta against her. 'Cause I don't understand.
Yeah, it's all kind of loose. He doesn't have one. If you remember, like well, he says in the beginning how he likes her
Mhm.
and stuff like that. But they want to be, something. They want to be supervillains and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
you have to go against a hero. I don't. In his head, he has no intention ever. I don't think of like hurting her, but you know, he
and
might not be the
the
only
other
one
two
that.
are the other two are what were their connections? Like I think like one's a robot girlfriend,
Right.
and then the
That's
other one
that's
is
Warren, and
yeah
Andrew is
the brother.
yeah, the brother of the guy that set the hell dogs loose at prom.
Yeah, so like you did nothing wrong.
No. Well, he
Um,
said there's in an unseen event he sent those
he lets
monkey
the monkeys.
gargoyle things
Yes.
at the school play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then robot girlfriend guy. It's like, dude, like it's your fault. Like, why are you mad? And he's into like, and like they don't like they shamed him a little, but like, yeah, you like you messed up.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they want to be. I don't understand why they want to be supervillains. And this is their hero. They want. I don't get it. I was watching. Spider Man last night, with the missus, and
Oh.
yeah, and then I understand why Vulture is kind of super villainy. Like I understand that,
Okay.
but I don't understand how these guys are super villains. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't get it at all, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just wait.
Yeah.
If you don't like Warren now, oh boy. All right. So yes, she eventually finds this thing. They hit a self-destruct button, and the thing just disappears. They
Yeah.
should. I think if you're gonna do that, just have Jonathan do a little spell where the thing can disappear. I think other than use a thing that just goes poof in your hand. Okay, so that's one thing. That one kind of dumb, phasing in and out of time. Of course,
Hmm.
Tara just stick. You don't know why you just leaving Buffy there, like, and then her getting hit and having to crawl under the picnic table and getting beat up and stuff like that. I'm gonna say this: the choreography for like fights and stuff like that in these next couple episodes hasn't been great.
Hmm.
It's not the best fighting. Anyways, so we see Buffy, and I believe, well, off the top of my head here, at her first ever job, she's gonna do a little construction working with old Xander here.
Hmm.
20. He's gonna be 10 years old. Xander,
Yes.
running a construction site of all things, this thing in the world. Anyways, he's gonna go there. He's gonna set him up with the guy who's running like the laborers. Xander has to explain, that you're not a labor, you're not in part of the union and stuff like that. I have to pull some strings and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
this would never happen. They would never
That's
allow
would never happen. As a person who's been a part of a union, this would never happen. You
I
have
was
to
part of
join first.
the laborers union. It would never
Yes.
happen in a million years. So, anyways, they have this thing. It's like they're weeks behind on this project, and the guys are still getting in shit for, her speeding things up. Which would all this is fine. Yes, it happens a lot where you'll have the older guys saying slow down and stuff like that. Not when you're weeks behind. When you're weeks behind, you don't just have the one supervisor, looking off in the distance, but through like that. Well, this is going on.
Hmm.
You have a bunch, and they're on your ass all the time because you got to get this up to speed. You're gonna have more crews. You're gonna bring in more people than these 5 or 6 that you. Second, she is damn well lifting iron girders by herself and taking stuff like that. Nobody's really questioning this at all. At all. They're just giving her crap about how fast it's going. How much do you think an iron girder like that weighs, Ferris?
300, 400 pounds, maybe.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was just
Oh,
asking to see if you knew. So, yeah, that was a leading question
okay.
for me
You
to
make
find
me
some
look
kind of answer.
okay. All right.
I have
You
zero
played me,
zero idea.
son. You
You know
played
what I'm
me.
gonna say? It weighs a lot. You know
Yes.
what I
Yes,
mean?
it does.
More than a common person would. You see her lifting all kinds of things. None of these guys doing it. So here comes Andrew's little thing where he's going to throw in some demons into the mix here for her to fight. She fights them, and they just puddle out and disintegrate when she does. And we'll see one thing about this fight, which is fun, is when she uses that scissor lift to crush the one demon's head off. I like that quite a bit. That was a lot of fun to watch. Xander comes over and fires her basically after
Hmm.
this. Well, first, all the guys are saying, "Oh, I never saw anything." They're like their whole macho personas or whatever when she calls out the guy for crying. When she was busy saving them and stuff like that. You figured you'd want somebody like that around in a town like Spring, or in a town like Sunnydale. Have someone around that can defeat demons, because
Hmm.
the demons are there. I'm just saying, it's a pretty good thing to have on your team.
I didn't understand the scene why I understand why the last dude lied because he was a part of them.
Sure.
I don't understand why the other guys lied after she saved them.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, you'd figure this is the kind of person you want around. Of
Yeah.
course, she did kind of knock the one supervisor around and stuff like that to get him out of the way so she can defeat the one demon and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
anyway, Xander goes on just, about all the money it's going to cost the client to repair to fix this. Oh my God, what did she break? Maybe 3 sheets of quarter-inch drywall, 3/4 inch drywall,
Hmm.
maybe a couple sheets of plywood. We're talking less than $100 worth of stuff. That's what Xander is getting so upset for. And why are they drywalling when they're still putting up steel girders and stuff like that too? It doesn't
Hmm.
make any sense. Anyways, now, yeah, she says, "Well, I'm gonna go and see you later." Like, she has no bad will towards Xander for this at all. Says, "I'll see you later. We'll go and we'll do the whole researching later. We'll figure out what made these melty demons up." So yeah, well, the Xander didn't even have her back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of episodes where Xander doesn't have that great a look. This is one of
Hmm.
them. This is one of them. Now, the trial at the Magic Box. I liked this one. It's basically just Groundhog Day. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But this Groundhog Day had Anya and a seemingly aloof Giles, for the most part, though. Here's the deal with it. Uh, you know, if everything's looping,
The greatest
everything's looping.
compliment is the
What
Was it
flatter?
flatteries, the imitations, the sincerest?
Form of
Most
flattery. Sure.
exactly.
Now, uh, if everything has to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, why aren't they affected in the van?
Yeah.
Like, what happens if this was going on for years?
So like, do they like self-contain it to the store? Are they self-containing it
There must be a way. There must be a way.
of
And then I
containing?
was, yeah, of containing
Like,
it.
like you put the coordinates like from this area to this area. You groundhog. You know what? See, Rob, again. Like these guys are not that smart. What are we doing here, man? The man made a robot girlfriend, and that was it. He knew
That's a
robotics.
pretty, and he made a robot Buffy. Let's not
That's a good
forget.
point.
It tricked
Yeah, I
her
know. So, but
for a
making
couple of months.
making a groundhog apparatus.
I guess so. Now,
Yes.
one thing they did have, and one thing Jonathan did have, was a magic bone, Ferris.
Yeah, where he did a spell, I guess.
You play with your magic bone, think that's gonna happen. So now they have there's a lady that comes in. I'm imagining the lady is part of the spell. You know what I mean? Because when she goes on about we had a customer call in about getting this mummy's hand. This is a cousin it
Mm-hmm.
mummy's hand. Why would she just come in and just hang around the shelves and then say it all sneakily? You've called in. You would expect like if they had it, it would already be up at the counter. That way, Anya or Giles would have taken care of it and stuff like that too. So for her just to be there and stuff like that, and also she was, I would say, also pretty rude.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I must insist you sell me that hand. It's like I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you just well, I will. Okay, I work at a bar slash beer vendor stuff like that. I work in the one place in the world, well, in the one business in the world where the customer is never right. The customer is never right. As much as they like to tell me that they are, it's like you're never right.
Rob, I agree. I also work in retail and consumer goods.
Yeah,
Yes.
never right. But they're never right for me because they're being served alcohol. As soon as you're served alcohol, you don't have your
I
wits
too have
about you.
served alcohol. Yes, you are never
Yes,
right.
yeah, you're just never right.
No, rarely
Get
right.
get with it. So, yeah, with her going, I insisted. Well, you don't insist anything to me, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So the way she figures this out in her
I hate
head.
those scenes, man. I hate those scenes in movies, man. I hate those. Those get on my nerves, man. So, Rob, actually, I want to point something out. Right, there was once. It was during the Women's World Cup. They were doing a commercial spot with Nike, and it was a Brazilian woman named Dabinha, and she's in a corner store having fun, and then she like kicks the ball and it lands on the on like one of the shelves, and then the shelf collapses and destroys the shelf. Then she runs out. I look at that commercial. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's cool. She did the juggling with her feet." I'm looking at the commercial like she just destroyed that shelf.
Yep.
She needs to pay for this.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
insurance will not be happy. It will
exactly.
skyrocket for you guys. This is yeah. That is yeah. Just call the cops next time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe pepper sprayer if you ever see it again. Now, here's the deal for you. All this work, all the work she's doing and stuff like that. You come in. Oh, come in. We got this
Mm-hmm.
mummy's hand for you. Would you, as a customer, be satisfied if it say, well, the one we had isn't great. We're gonna special delivery one for you. Would you be happy with that?
You know what? I kind of would because it makes me feel special.
Well, special.
It kind of makes me feel special, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it'll take 6 weeks, but we will get you the. You didn't need it right away, did you? And you
No,
don't need a.
I didn't need it. I didn't need it right away. No, I didn't.
You don't need a finger crawling
No,
mummy's hand
no, not really.
or
No.
anything. Anyways, okay. Moving that. So that's their little trials they're doing. Oh, they're gonna get this information. And of course, you get the Andrew knocking Jonathan, hitting the horn. The horn is the Star Wars theme,
Mm-hmm.
so pretty classic. So they got a pretty conspicuous van, a little mobile unit here for sure. Now, Buffy's gonna drink her sorrows away. We don't see her drink too much. especially after Beer Bad. She seems to be handling this. They're
Mhm.
just drinking from a flask, and she seems hammered by it. But she seems,
Gotta give her one weakness. She can't handle her liquor.
yeah, she didn't turn into a cave person. You know, in this one, which is a step up, from what the last time was. So, they're gonna get to the bottom of a couple of things here. Her and Spike. Every time I see her with Spike, I know so many people where they ship, Buffy and Spike together, and every time it just turns my stomach. I'll just never understand people that wanted this in the worst way. So, yeah. Well, we only have a whole season of this to go through. So they're going to go to a new bar. They're not going to go to the regular, whatever, the new place. Back room, a little game of kitten poker going on here. Ferris, I loved when you see kitten poker start up because that means that our good pal
Hmm.
Clem is finally on the show. One of my favorite, just little side characters they have is played by James C. Leary. Now, this guy hasn't really done like a ton of like big projects outside of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. Of course, he was back again in that Slayer's Audible series where Cordelia was the Slayer and stuff like that. It's kind of fun. Now, he did write and produce or co-produce a movie called Stunt Cocks.
Hmm.
Paris. Big fan of that one.
Seems like an evocative name.
It seems like an evocative name for sure. But they do put an asterisk on one of the letters, so it's perfectly fine to say. Okay. Spike, at one point, when they're playing, says he needs a minute to talk to his lady. How does Buffy not freak out over this? You can tell, like, something is off. Like they said, something's off whenever, those magics, they always come back wrong. Well, this is the wrong here. She lets Spike get a little too friendly, even right at this point. It doesn't correct him at all. Then the trio are gonna have a harsh conversation about which Bond is best. This is, of course, before Daniel Craig ever showed up as James Bond. So they were talking. They're limited in their James Bond that they could choose from. If you had to choose a James Bond, Ferris, which one's it going to be?
Always been a big fan of Piers.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
I guess that's the Bond you grew up with. I guess is like usually the.
Well, I also grew up with Daniel Craig.
Well, no, you were already. Uh, Even by your age, you were what, 12 by the time that
Craig
came
was
out?
09, 2009, 10.
I think so.
Yeah, I was like 10.
Yeah.
But yeah.
See, I grew up with.
Cuz
Go ahead.
no, cuz like I love Daniel Craig, but Daniel Craig's very he's very, serious, I didn't,
It's a
Piers had
different
that.
Bond.
Yeah, yeah. Piers had the little swag, the cool, the coolness, like, watch my slick back hair.
No more chit
He,
chat. No more
yeah,
chit chat.
he had the big, movie star head, like a lot of movie stars have big heads. His was
Sure.
like a big square box. It was tremendous, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I quite enjoyed it,
Yep. And they tried to get him earlier and stuff like that. There was all
Remington
these.
Steele, and then it got
Yep.
canceled, and then saved them from
Never
more
saw
Timothy
Remington
Dalton.
Steele.
Yeah,
It was
never
a
saw it.
fine. It was a fine. It was a fine television. Yeah, I grew up
Yeah.
with it.
Well,
Now,
that's why
I grew up.
Timothy. That's why we have the two Timothy Dalton movies. Those were supposed to be Brosnan.
Well, Timothy Dalton was in the running to play Bond when Roger Moore got the job. So we're talking all the way back in like '72
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. He had the chance to be James Bond.
Moonraker.
Well, Moonraker was the first James Bond movie I ever saw. I was taken to the theaters to see it. One of my earliest memories of my dad. I remember him in what like reading the paper, watching see what movies, and he says, "Oh, we can go see Jaws." So I was thinking the big fish.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, it was the tough guy with the big metal teeth. Moonraker, of course, famously one of the most ridiculous, at least stupid James Bond movies ever. James Bond in outer space. They even make fun of it in this episode about the double taking pigeon. But yeah, yeah. So I grew up with Roger Moore, but yeah, Sean Connery's the best James Bond. What are we even talking about? This is
I understand that.
so ridiculous. Even for Andrew to get in so much crap for like Timothy Dalton is blown in because Timothy Dalton was a very good James Bond. It was a harder edge for James Bond. They wanted to be more closer to the books, and of course, he has the first one that was never written. Before when The Living Daylights, but sure,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Timothy Dalton did a fine job as James Bond. I wish they could have given him a little bit more. So, anyways, they're gonna be, they finally search out the van. They're gonna have to get a distraction. Jonathan runs it out. He has some kind of quick spell, turns himself into this big demon-looking thing. Drunk, gets him psych. He throws a smoke bomb and he runs out. This is enough to fool Buffy, who's pretty hammered at this point because she had gotten a bottle from the bar and was just free pouring down her throat. Okay, maybe I can get that. But Spike? How does this confuse Spike? You could literally see the demon running away
Mm-hmm.
slowly. So I'll never understand that one, except he was just there to protect Buffy or something like that because, they keep saying before or whatever in season 4 about how he was neutered. He's like, he's neutered. He's like, he was, you know, they may have declawed him a little bit, but now he's neutered. You know what I mean? All right. So,
I'm enjoy when they throw Spike back in Angel in later seasons. I quite enjoyed that version of Spike.
yes. This is the season is whatever. Now,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. So, she gets home. Giles is there. He's gonna tell her, you're pushing yourself too hard. Uh, is she pushing herself too hard? I don't know. She's held. Well, now she's worked kind of 2 jobs. She isn't gonna get paid for one because Anya's gonna take it for that delivery fee or whatever that's special for the monkey hand. Probably sure she didn't get paid for construction for whatever reason. They'll probably take the money for the drywall or whatever that got broke out of her check. I'm
Mm-hmm.
imagining if she even set up an account to get paid for there. Anyways, she knows she has all these bills. Is she pushing herself too hard? It's like no, no. Sorry, grown-ups have just have to deal with it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
mom's gone. It sucks. Your dad is off somewhere. You should be going after him. It's like your kid is here. Send money. What are you doing? Anyways, ridiculous. Maybe she feels guilty because she actually knows, and all of them actually know that's not his kid and stuff like that. But he doesn't know that. Ferris, for God's sakes. So Giles is finally going to say, "Oh, here's a check. Take it." She tries to play the like, and it's like, no, no, I'll take it. It's like, we need that money. It's like, yeah, just get what the council should be paying for everything anyways. Let's be fair. These guys have jets. They have wet work teams.
Mm-hmm.
They've got however many people. There's one Slayer. There's one. You know, give her the money. The last thing you need to do is make your one weapon stressed out. You're stressing out the one thing. Plus, she just came back from death. Well, I guess you could say there's two. One's kind of currently incarcerated in prison.
Yes.
The one, and also, psycho, bloodthirsty, killing maniac. At
Mm.
least so they think.
And
So they
and this
think.
Slayer is this Slayer has cheated death twice, so that's why
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Because
yeah.
technically, she died, then reactivated that Slayer. Now there's two Slayer. Yeah, there's two
She can
Slayers.
never get life insurance.
Yeah.
If you have a pre-existing condition, in the United States there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much just to get regular insurance. Never mind. Oh, I've already died twice. I would like life insurance, please.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't gonna happen. There is zero chance of that. Now, he's like she's gonna say, Charles, I'm gonna go show Dawn this check. It's it always makes her feel safe when there's money and stuff like that. She loves it when things are easy, which isn't a great thing
Mm-hmm.
for Giles to hear. And then he says, she feels safe there, knowing that he's always gonna be there. And I think that Giles gets a pretty telling look on his face. It's like, you sure I'm always going to be there? Anyways, and all this is going to be coming up because we got an episode next time we're doing this called All the Way. The Halloween ish, I guess, episode takes place on Halloween. But a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of things going to happen. There's going to be, a guest star, I guess a pre-fame guest star once again going to show up on that, and there's going to be vampires on the vampire show. So tune in to Ferris and I next time. Rewatchers Council for All the Way, which leads up to, of course, one of the more divisive episodes in Buffy the Vampire Slayer history, but we'll talk all about those coming up. Ferris, you got a bunch of things going on. Why don't you just let us know a little bit what's happening with you here on the greater Let's Get Ready Network in general?
Tomorrow, Good Friends Better Rival. Rewatch Council ain't Angel. Probably nah. We'll probably. I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about if a GFBR is tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Maybe not. And then actually on this channel today at 5 o'clock, it is we're doing a watch along of episode 1, season 1 of Reacher, because season 4, I
Oh,
believe, of Reacher's coming out. So Greg and Justin will be doing a watch along. So
have they
join us
never seen it?
then. I think Greg has. I think they're just watching it for for the new season, trying to refresh.
Reacher, a fine show, mostly filmed in the greater Hamilton, Ontario
Mhm.
neck of the woods. So yeah,
Yep,
it's fun.
Adelia says they may watch more than one episode. Yeah,
There you go. Like how a lot of the houses I know that are from Ontario are they're trying to pass off as like Brooklyn or something like that, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
always think it's pretty
I,
fun.
my entire world was broken apart when I was watching a TV show.
Hmm.
It was Monk, and Monk is a detective-ish person in San
Sure.
Francisco,
Yep.
but they filmed it in Vancouver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom, and then Star City and all the CW Arrowverse shows like Arrow, The Flash,
They're
those
all
Rob.
Vancouver
They're
shows.
all Vancouver, like they're all
Yep.
Vancouver. So the entire DC universe is Vancouver.
Yep.
If you want to go, yeah.
Suits is Toronto, which is
Suits,
yeah,
they don't film it in New York.
oh, you see Roy Thompson Hall all the time, and also the boys. That's filmed in Toronto. Little House on the Prairie filmed right here in Winnipeg. There's a new Little House on the Prairie for some
Yeah.
reason. Yep, and looks like well, I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, so lots going on. So thanks everybody for watching. Just want to say we've seen Adelia say a couple of things, mentioning about the Reacher watch along tonight, which is going to be fun. Congratulations to Adelia and all the guys that did so much on Starting Eleven's coverage of the World Cup. I want to say, at least the lesser of the two evils ended up winning. Like I think it picked Spain to win, but it's not like I
I don't
wanted them
think
to
I
win.
don't think that was I don't think they're evil.
No, I said the lesser. Well, I didn't want them to win. Yeah, it's just that
Well, you want to can't.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argentina couldn't. They couldn't
Uh,
win that
they
after
they,
all
they
the
could
baloney.
they got completely walked off the pitch. I tell people all of this. I know we're talking sports now as we end.
Hmm.
If Spain ever got a clinical number 9 in their history,
Yeah,
They're they're the deadliest team in world football. But I think Rob,
Torres close for now. Torres is close.
yeah, he was close, but you know, David Villa, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if they ever get
Pick
like
him.
that, if Erling Haaland was Spanish, they would win the next 3 World Cups, in my opinion.
How is it that after the World Cup, I can't hate Erling Haaland? At least not
I
as
hate it,
much.
man. I
At
hate
least
it. I hate
at
it.
least not as much.
I hate him.
I still hate him
I
so
hate
much.
how much I hate how much I love him, and I love how much I hate him.
It's beautiful.
It's
Beautifully
beautiful.
said. It's
Beautifully
beautifully said.
said. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Buffy edition of Rewatchers Council. We'll be back with Angel tomorrow, Friday,
Yep.
right here. And in the words of the monkey hand buying lady, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you all again next time.